close friends. All season work is just invaluable on what we can get done out here. For the most part, we have most of our football team here, which has been the case throughout the off season for these voluntary workouts. But everything we've been doing, phase 1, phase 2, has been leading up to our NFL version of spring ball, these OTAs. As you can see, it's one thing to go through a lot of drills, but once you start getting, offense versus defense, decisions have to be made. And we have good competition throughout at a lot of positions, so this work, just love it as much as anything. So you get a chance to see the initial group that we put out there, but don't put too much into who's getting reps right now, who isn't. We don't have first, second, third teams right now. We can't have a starting rotation. And as much as anything, we want everybody to have an opportunity to show us who they are. Take your question.
What's the plans right now for Derek Stingley as you're working into things?
To get him better each day. Coming in, we know he's coming off of a major injury. So for Derek and some of our other players, you can see we have quite a few guys that are out right now. Some are getting no reps. Some are getting a limited amount of reps, which we're doing with Derek and Kenyon and a few other players.
The same thing for John Mechie.
Yeah, same thing for John. Again, as you look, the guys that aren't getting any reps, they have something going on. And if a guy's getting a few reps, we're kind of easing them back into full competition.
Lovie, with John Bernard, is that from the foot from last season, or is that?
Yes, last season.
And is that something that just happened?
Yes, if there's a freshman. See, I go back to my college days quite a bit. If there's a rookie, that's not out there doing anything, he has something maybe minor as much as anything. We don't have many guys that are completely. Jonathan Grenard and a few of our other players, Eric Murray, you see some of the guys had off-season surgeries, and you probably won't see them until training camp. But everybody's right on schedule. Being able to do something.
You mentioned these were voluntary. Is this a situation where you would like to see Lee Collins and Landry Tunsil around?
Man, I kind of, a big saying, voluntary is voluntary. You can show up if you like. You don't have to. I kind of go on that in the end. Yeah, I'd like for, guys to be up here all day, staying with the coaches, put in as many hours as we like, but they have some options. And rules are in place. We follow the rules. And it's no more than that. Every player that's not here right now, I've communicated it with them. And I'm okay with that. Eventually we'll have everybody here. There's one thing that's mandatory in all season, and I expect everyone would be there unless, we've come to an agreement and have something that I want them to take care of too.
Lovie, what does that say about the group that it looks like you got about 95% of the players here?
That's how, we weren't, no one was satisfied with what happened last year. How do you get better? Come to work. Every time you have an opportunity to get better, you show up. Some more than others. It's not like we're going to make, Brandon Cook's not going to get every snap. We have some of our veteran players that I'm going to take some of their reps off a little bit, but when you have as much competition as we have, you don't have to tell guys to show up. They want every opportunity they can to show us who they are.
One of the guys that's here is Brandon. And what are your thoughts on Brandon and the importance of him having signed a new deal and all these?
Brandon is one of our best players. He produces. He's also one of our best leaders. He does it the right way. Practices hard. Represented our organization on and off the field the way you want him to. So it says a lot. Doesn't surprise me. That's who he's been all of his life. He's that guy that I lean on quite a bit, and the rest of our team does.
Very early.
We and not running away from the question, but it is just individual improvement. Up until this stage, it's just been a lot of technique work, but there's so many things that you can learn. One of the main things is just teaching them. Last year, COVID year, we didn't have a chance to just go into all of the details. So you have a chance to do all of that right now. But individual improvement, we'll touch on everything, a lot of the things that we're going to do. Not everything. I'm talking about offense, defense, special team. Maybe a few things, little tweak that we're going to make. You have a chance to look at that a little bit in all season also.
In the sense you notice different about Davis just come back.
Well, Davis has been, every day we've opened up the building, he's been in here. He's our quarterback. When you're a leader, you got to be visible. It's been documented on what I think of Davis. I think he's going to be an excellent quarterback in the NFL for a lot of years. But it's about this year. Having a year, he and Pep Hamilton get on the same page with our offense, and him being in a role from the start, that's different also. But that's what you do. You have a chance for him to establish himself as one of our primary leaders each day.
Today, since Obo came in, what have you seen from him, and what do you expect that he'll add to the defensive line?
We added him to our mix because he has excellent speed. He plays hard every down, and we're always looking for defensive linemen that can rush the passer. Everything I've seen from him, he's exactly who we wanted and thought he would be. And local flavor and all bad.
Lovie, when you look at the consistency this day, it feels like there's a bit more urgency on the defensive side. Is that just because of the familiarity and the returning staff?
So that, I don't know, in my limited background, they're saying there wasn't urgency last year. That's not what you're saying, are you?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm just messing with you a little bit here. I hope there is. We didn't play as well. No position played as well as we need to. So that urgency to get it better, to correct some things, and I think just knowing too. We brought back a lot of guys. The core of our group, was brought back this year, setting that tone. There is a sense of urgency for us to get it right and be ready to go. Before you know it, we're going to be sitting there, I'm going to be talking to you, and, the Colts are coming into town.
Do you get a sense that this is a more veteran group than last year? Do you see the older kid? What does that bring to this kind of team in that way?
I've just never been around a good team that didn't have great veteran leadership. Older guys that know how to do it, a certain way each play for the young players coming in. Coaches, we're hitting them every second. And you can pretty much, it's not a whole lot of rookie restrictions, but for our, of course, to have those veterans there, kind of show them the way, it means a lot.
What does AJ Can't bring anymore?
AJ, another veteran presence that's done it at a high level. And for him, comfort in his offensive line coach also being here. But everything I've seen from him, another pro. Every day we've opened up the building since he's been with us, he's been in the building. That says an awful lot.
When you look at a guy like MJ Stewart, who's played multiple positions, nickel and safety, what does that do just for your veteranship in the defensive backfield? Also, how about Jalen as he kind of progresses in the defense?
MJ, first off, he can do an awful lot. We brought him here, yes, what he'll be able to do in the secondary, but we put a big emphasis on special teams, and he will be a core special teams player for us. So that's important. I think every year I've been in the NFL, we have gone to our fifth safety, some kind of way to play. So you need a lot. And Jalen, I assume you're talking, we got a few Jalens. Petrie is who you're talking about. He's a sponge. He's picking up quickly. Very bright, athletic, all those things, but he needs reps. All season work helps those guys so much. And that local flavor is good also.
I think in this quarterback league, it's tougher to develop and kind of get some of these young quarterbacks going. And what do you see from Davis, just speaking broadly, as all these quarterbacks try to develop and get better on the job?
Well, I just know about ours, and it's quarterback is the toughest position in football, and you have to put time in. No, there's no substitute for experience, though. I mean, every year, some things Davis will get just based on playing the game for a long period of time. But I think a lot of the good ones, they play good ball early on too. And did I tell you he was a smart guy that went to Stanford? He picks things up fairly quick, and he'll be okay.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.